Hello. My name is Lena. I am a transfer student here, and I am here to kind of speak about the benefits that the DREAM Act would have, not just to immigrant and undocumented students, but for all of us. I would like to just begin with saying that it's a privilege for us all to be in America, to live in America. A land that was built on immigrants, that is enriched by immigrants, that is made beautiful and rich by the colors of immigrants and the cultural contributions of immigrants. Furthermore, on top of that, it's a privilege that we live in California, which is just a magnified version of that. And how beautiful it is that every day we can walk around and see different colors and hear different languages and eat different cuisines and participate in different dance and theater and literature. I actually just came from the Doe Library where they were holding a reception for 40 years of African American studies here, and they named it 40 years of struggle. For minorities and immigrants, the struggle still continues. I'm a re-entry student, and I value diversity. I didn't come to Berkeley just so I could read a bunch of books and be around brilliant people, but because Berkeley is supposed to be a university that nourishes that and values that. And I still believe that that's why I got in here, not because I had great grades, but because I had a story and a struggle myself. I want my university to reflect my world, and my world is a diverse world. Coming from Stockton, California, we are not a scholarly society there. We're not a privileged society. We're a marginal society there. And I didn't come here to escape that. I came here to feed that, and when I go back, to be able to take what I learned from here with me. Also in Stockton is a community of immigrants. As I would go to school, I would pass cherry fields and orchards where immigrants were working, hungry, heat-deprived, thirsty, exhausted, and they were working so that their children and their families could have better lives. And they were not only thirsty and hungry for all of these things that we take advantage of, but also for an education and for a dream. And coming to Berkeley was my dream that has been realized. I was always told that, I always got this idea that because I was Latina, that I just wasn't expected to do much, except for have children, learn how to cook and clean, and I always felt like there was something more out there for me. And I knew that the only way that I was gonna realize that was through an education. Passing the DREAM Act would not only allow a plethora of undocumented students to dream the same way that I was able to and have my dream realized, but it would also be a pathway to raise the bar against these lower expectations that are placed on minority students of color, of different social class, of different gender or sexuality. It would make it possible for people to look at us and say, they can do that. They're not, oh wow, she got into Berkeley and she's Latina and she's from Stockton, but of course she did. Of course she did, and she will do well. Because as minorities, we are just as bright as anybody else, we are just as brilliant, we have just as much to bring to the table, and we are just as deserving. Because education is a civil right, that it should be afforded to all humans. We all, as humans, have the right to learn, to express ourselves, our diversity, where we come from. We all have the right to thrive, and we all have the right to dream. Please pass the DREAM Act.